welcome to Vlogmas Day 19. So I didn't actually vlog today because I was just hanging out with my sister and enjoying my time with her. So I thought it would be fun to tell you all the stories on my dogs and how we got them. And I have Pepper here on the ground. Let's see if I can show you guys. Right here. Oh, Pepper. Say hi. Say hi. Okay. So I'm going to, well, that's chopping my head off. Okay, so better. So I'm going to start with Pepper. Pepper, we've had the longest. We've had her for about 6 years now. And how we got her was, I was living in Italy and my husband was living in Virginia. And he really wanted a dog because he was like a little bit lonely living by himself. And I was like, please just wait till I get to Virginia. Because we were getting married, and I'm like, just wait so I can come pick out a dog so it can be our dog, because if you get a dog without me, I'm going to feel like it's your dog. And just made like this whole big deal. So he's like, okay, I'll wait. So he like waited, and then we got married and came home from our honeymoon, and we got Pepper a couple of days later after coming back. And he's like, okay, my criteria for a dog has to be 3 years old, has to be calm, and has to be house trained. And I'm like, okay. And the only thing I wanted was a black Labrador, because I had a black Labrador growing up, and that was like one of my favorite dogs that we had. I loved all my dogs, but I loved the black Lab because they were super cuddly. And so we go to the ASPCA, which is an animal shelter, and I see her from like across the room. And she was in like this tiny little like metal silver crate, and I saw her and I said, that's our dog. And he's like, we haven't even seen her yet. And I'm like, I know, that was our dog. She was just sitting there all pretty, looking at me, waiting for us to come rescue her like a princess. And so there was already like another young couple that got there first, and so they took her in the back, and I was kind of upset. I'm like, no, they're gonna take our dog. So I kept like pacing back and forth in front of the visitation room so I could like see what was going on. And Mike was like, would you stop that? He's like, let's go look at the other dogs. And I'm like, okay. So we go and we see like this husky, and we like try to like, you know, pet the husky and like interact with it, and it just wasn't doing anything with us. It just kind of just like turned its back and just stared away from us. Like the husky didn't want any attention from us. And I saw them bring, oh my gosh, hold on you guys. Do you see this right now? Oh, Pepper, you want your tummy rubbed? Yeah, she's not spoiled. You see her paw. Right, so she came back, and then I'm like, hey, can we see this dog? And we took her in the back, and she had so much energy, and she was so excited to see us. Super crazy, just running around, licking us, giving us so much love and attention. And I was like, yep, this is our dog. So we get, hi everybody. Hi, say hi, Pepper. And so, yeah, so I'm like, we're getting this dog. This is the dog that I want. Now, mind you, Mike had 3 criteria, right? It had to be 3 years old, calm, and house trained. Now, Pepper was 7 months old, had lots of energy, but she was house trained, so she had one of the 3. And so we get her and we bring her home, and then a couple of days later, I had to get on a plane and go back to Italy to go back to work. And I was like, bye, I love you. And I left Mike with a 7-month-old puppy that was just like chewing everything and just being crazy. So 2 years after that, we meet up finally. We get put back together, and they send us to Texas. And Mike really wanted another dog, so Pepper had somebody to play with. And I was just like, 2 dogs is a lot of responsibility. Looking back at that, oh, Megan, you're silly. But yeah, so I was like, 2 dogs, okay. And we go and we find Morton at Animal Services. And it was really sad because walking in Animal Services, you just walk down like this row, and it's like these big glass windows that look into where they're kept. And it was so sad. It was like doggy prison, just like looking in there, and they all look at you all sad, these faces. And I just wanted to like adopt them all. But yeah, so we walked past Morton's window, and Mike recognized Morton from the internet. And he goes, look, and points at him, and Morton is standing in the window looking up at us, these big brown eyes and big sad face. And I'm like, oh, he has Pepper face. Like, he looked like he reminded me of Pepper. So we take him out, and he's like super chill, like just wants to like touch us and let us pet him and like sit on us, and just very like relaxed and very like clingy. And I'm like, okay, this is a cool dog. And so I go to the lady and I'm like, hey, can we put a hold on this dog? Because we just want to talk about like, you know, the financial responsibility of having 2 dogs, this and that. And she's like, oh, okay, but just so you know, today's his last day. And I was like, what do you mean it's his last day? And she's like, yeah, he's set to be euthanized tomorrow, so if you guys don't adopt him. And I was like, okay, never mind. I'm like, we're gonna get this dog. I don't have to think about it, like I have to save him. So we got him, and we got him neutered. So Pepper, she got spayed at the animal shelter, but I guess Animal Services, they didn't do that on site. They didn't have a vet on hand or on staff. So we had to go get him neutered before we could take him home, and we had to like show proof that he'd been neutered. And I remember picking him up from the vet, and he was still under anesthesia, and he had this big old cone around his head. And because he was still under the effects of anesthesia, he was, hi bud, hey, leave Pepper alone. So because he was under the effects of anesthesia, he kind of like low crawled it to the sofa and passed out. And like every couple of like hours, he would like wake up and like lift his head to look at me, and then he lifted his leg and just shook his head like he was so disappointed in what we had done to him. And he like did that all day, and I was like, I'm so sorry, but it had to happen. It was for your own good, Morton. He's looking at me like he doesn't believe me. Yeah. So that's how we ended up getting Morton. And oh, I want to tell you their backstories real quick. So Pepper, her previous family, they surrendered her because the couple that had her, the husband had had back surgery, and the wife didn't want to take care of a puppy and her husband, so they gave Pepper up, which is like kind of sad if you think about it. So she had like some separation anxiety, but that's gone away ever since. So, and her first vet visit was really funny because they put a thermometer in her butt to take her temperature, and she just like arched her back and had like this look of fear on her face. She's like, oh, it's not supposed to be in there. And her name was Pepper too, and the vet was like, well, are you gonna keep her name? And we were like, yeah. And he's like, that's a good spicy name. So she's very sassy. It fits her. She's a good girl. And Morton, I think they might have just picked him up, you know, like on the road or out on the road or something, because he didn't even have a name. He was just a number, a letter and a number, so he was L15. So when, which was his window number. Yeah. So we got Morton, and then 6 months later, Mike and I were driving around. Hi, bud. Good boy. Yeah, so we got Morton, and it was really funny because Pepper is like used to other dogs, but she's used to them like coming and then like leaving after a couple of days. So she was like really fine around Morton the first couple of days, and when she realized that he wasn't leaving, she was just like, what is this dog still doing here? But they're best friends now. They love playing with each other. Okay, so that's Morton's story. And now Peanut, we got Peanut 6 months after getting Morton. And we found her walking around our neighborhood, and so she had one ear down and one ear up, so I call that like her hitchhiker ear, you know, like a thumb. And we were just driving around the neighborhood, and we picked her up, this little tiny dog. Hey, can you guys stop? Now they're playing, so if you guys hear them in the background, I apologize. But yeah, so, or if the camera moves, it's because they've hit the tripod. And I had Tiny Beast right here, Peanut. Come here. You want to say hi? Okay, so, Peanut. Let's get her story. How we got Peanut. Okay, for the third time, we were driving around our neighborhood and saw this little tiny dog, and with the one ear down and the one ear up, and I was just like, oh my gosh, so cute. Hey! And so, yeah, we picked her up, brought her home, and walked her around our entire neighborhood to try to find her family. Like, knocked on all the doors, couldn't find her family. So we like went to the Humane Society and Animal Services to say, hey, we found this little dog. If anybody comes looking for a dog that matches the description, here's our contact information. So please get a hold of us. So weeks went by, I haven't heard anything. Couldn't find her family in the neighborhood. No one called us from, you know, the Humane Society or Animal Services. And I didn't want to take her to, you know, Animal Services or the pound because I was afraid that she wouldn't find a family and then, you know, they would euthanize her. So we talked to Mike's parents, my in-laws, and they said that they would take her if we couldn't find her family. So, you guys are probably wondering, why do you still have Peanut if his parents said they would take the dog? We had her for 3 months before we can drive up to Ohio to go drop her off. And by the time that we went to go drop her off, I had already gotten attached to her. And we were there for a couple of days to see how she like interacted with them, and she was totally fine. And the day came to where we were going to leave her. And Mike took the 2 big dogs and sat in the truck and waited for me to say goodbye to Peanut. And when I was saying goodbye to Peanut, Peanut was like crying, and that caused me to cry, and I just literally tears streaming down my face. I was so upset, and like his dad could see that I was obviously really upset at the fact of leaving Peanut. So his dad's like, nope, I can't do this. Starts packing up all the Peanut stuff, and he's like, this is your dog. She needs to be with you. And so I walk out to the truck, face red and puffy with like tears all down my face. And I'm holding on to her, and I'm like, I can't leave her. Like, so sad, crying. And Mike is just like, oh, okay. He's like, get in the truck. And so we like, that's how we kept Peanut, because I couldn't say goodbye. She's my tiny beast. So yeah, that's how we got all 3 of these dogs, and you know, those are their stories, you know, that we know about them. And yeah, my house is a circus, but I love all of it. They're like super cuddly. They all have their like silly, funny personalities. Pepper is very sassy, Peanut is very bossy, and Morton just wants to cuddle. So, yeah. I hope you guys found their stories interesting. Sorry, Pepper bought a toy. She's like looking all adorable. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I hope you found those stories interesting. Let me go show you guys what today's gift is. So, 19? Yeah, 19. So we have, oh, this is nice. Some nice, buttons from Whim Wham Buttons. So we have these gorgeous 3-piece set. It's like a navy blue. Like a nice aqua two set. And then this is like a nice like purple, maybe like orchid, would you call this color? Set of 4. Hold on, Peanut, I'm almost done. So, yeah, I'm going to give you guys what they sent me. So it has my name on it, but it has like the care instructions, and I want you guys to have that. So I apologize that it has my name on it, but it has good info. Alright, so yep, day 19. Let me put, so I can show you guys these nicely all together. If I can, my hands are kind of small. Alright, so day 19, a set of Whim Wham buttons. If you guys would like to win today's gift, go ahead, subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up, and then leave me a comment below letting me know how you all brought your pets into your life. And it can be your current pet, a previous pet, a childhood pet, any pet. And yeah, I'm gonna go let Peanut outside, give Pepper some more love, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.